Luckily, we will not be reading tonight. Instead, we will be just looking at pictures. So, this series might as well be called Emprice Can Look. Today, we are going to be looking at the Evangelion Illustrations Art Book coffee table thing from 2007 to 2017 to be exact, which means that regrettably this is for the Evangelion rebuild films, not the original series from the 90s. I think those art books are harder to come by. So, as you can already tell, Mari is here. Anyone who knows Emprice knows that Emprice is staunchly against Mari and staunchly against any sort of weird clickbait. I mean, come on. These kids are, in freaking middle school. Stop putting Shinji in dresses. And I haven't looked in this book for a while, and I think there are some kind of weird pictures in here. But we'll just skip the weird ones and look at the normal ones. Like this first one. Very clean, very safe. Just the poster for the first rebuild film. Evangelion 1.0. You are not alone. It's very nice. We got the whole cast. We got your Shinji. We got your Rei. We got Kaoru. Let me see if I can remember the other kids' names. Is that Hari? I think. God, that's Kensuke, and that's Toji. Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I'm sure someone's gonna kill me down below. But we have obviously Rei and Shinji over here, so everything is right with the world, you could say. Okay, we got our first pictures of an Ava on our right, and on our left we're starting out strong on the let's be weirdos, be weird anime creeps, which by the way, I feel like I have to make a disclaimer. This is my only book like this. I have some other Evangelion comics, but not trying to bash anyone or anything. I try not to be a mean guy, but I like some anime. Some of it kind of freaks me out. I like this, mostly Evangelion, because it's about mental illness and weird religious symbolism and all this crazy stuff that's actually more so in the original anime. The modern films are kind of okay. This one's You Cannot Advance Evangelion 2.0. Now we have Asuka. As we all know, Asuka's the best. Now we have Mari for some reason. And then we have the three ladies on the left there. But I like Evangelion. I like Cowboy Bebop. I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I think it gets kind of old fast. Just kind of repetitive of what's your stand user of the week. That's why I think I'm in the unpopular opinion that I love Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency. Honestly, the best out of the whole series. I just think it's so fun to have just a short, quick story. And also, we all know Joseph is the best Joestar. But we have a big Evangelion over here. We have Asuka and Mari. Some strange. Oh my God, we're skipping. We're covering this one. But look at the cool poster for Evangelion 3.0. You cannot redo. That's really neat. Maybe I should have checked this book before I did a video on it. Oh well. It's not the Emprice method. Usually the three ladies get kind of the brunt of the weird pictures, but you'll have some like this where Shinji and Kaoru are just, doing their thing. But real quick for any potential Evangelion potential fans out there who want to watch the show, don't watch it on Netflix because Netflix doesn't like Shinji and Kaoru having a low-key homoerotic relationship, and they introduce the sexual tension between them. A lot of the things actually just tend around them being like, best friends, not, potential lovers. They kind of, I don't know, what would you even call it? Like, not whitewashing, but like straight washing. I don't know. Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Alright, we got some cool Ava pictures here. I think these are mostly from the movie or just concept art things so far. We have the obvious, when the Avas go marching, I got the helicopters with, or when the Avas are doing their thing and crazy apocalypse stuff is going on. Oh, I remember this picture. This is like one of my favorite ones because this is like, the whole gang doing their thing. You got Kaoru, Mori, Shinji, Rei, and Asuka. Asuka obviously taking centerfold. Once again, not because, oh god, I even explained this. I like her story arc, okay? Spoiler alert, it's really sad and depressing, but that's what I'm a fan of. Shinji and Asuka for life. And I can kind of spoil the ending of the TV show because no one knows what it means anyway. But Asuka definitely got resurrected as a weird sort of, I think, like revenant fantasy for Shinji because he kind of traps himself in the fan fiction dimension. Anyway, that doesn't help you, I'm sure. It doesn't really help me. But I always like seeing pictures like this where the show is just abysmally depressing and sad and tragic and all these horrible things happen to like these, pretty nice kids, these decent kids who are just trying to make the world a better place. So just seeing artwork of them all like being friends and like having a good time is just such a fresh breath of air. I have some weird like, just, oh god, trashy, like basically fan fiction, like, I think it actually was licensed by the studio, but just essentially fan fiction of Shinji being in that weird dimension at the end of the show where they're all just buddies and go on wacky, like, slice of life adventures. And it's just so stupid and just so fun at the same time because it's like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be nice if, if my dad wasn't trying to kill me, or if my mom didn't try to kill me, or if we weren't being experimented on by the government, or all these other, if only I wasn't forced to kill my best friend. Once again, these are just, I mean, you're not going to watch the show anyway, let's be real. You all hate Evangelion. What are these? I think these are like, I think in Japan they made like an Evangelion store where you could just, oh yeah, here, I'm just reading the little subtext on the sides. This is like an Evangelion store where every year it was open. They just had, new designs for, I guess, what they think the Eva gang would wear in real life. Once again, if they were happy and not tortured by the government. Here's some pretty cool stills of actual stuff from the films. Here's Ramiel doing some crazy Ramiel stuff. He was always one of my favorite angels. Got some fight scenes for the other Evas. Looks like Unit 2's right there. The stuff on this right side is actually kind of, I'm looking at it from a distance, but it looks pretty spacey. Must be from one of the, I think it's from the third film. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Pen, the obvious best character. Pen for life. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't even know if that's obviously Rei, but is that supposed to be Kaoru? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's not Shinji, but it doesn't really look like Kaoru. Maybe it's just I don't know, the spirit of that atom or whatever it was. God, okay. So these are the three ladies have their own little thing. I'm liking Asuka's here. Asuka's makes sense. She's, attacking Rei, it looks like. I don't know why Rei's in this weird black bikini. It's like it seems to be coming out of one of the angels. That's a little freaky. And Mari's is just, as per usual, just Mari clickbait. But I am liking these little Reis ladies that are just scattered all over, doing weird race stuff. Can I say shit on here? Can I say doing weird race shit? Doing weird race stuff. I don't know. If YouTube comes after me, we can deal with that later. Alright, you got some more traditional clothing as opposed to that fancy, urban clothing. You got them all in their kimonos and whatnot. I'm not sure if they're still called kimonos for the guys. Maybe there's just some kind of different traditional garb. That's very nice, very cool. Some more kimono stuff, and you always find stuff like this in this book, I remember, because I think there's a lot of product placement that they use with the Ava gang because they're just so popular. They had all these weird, I know there's a coffee tie-in. I remember that, or some gas stations use them to, to sell stuff. I mean, I guess if Shinji tells you to buy it, you have to buy it, right? This looks like some kind of Ava University thing. It says Ava Party on all their shirts, and it kind of has that, not a coat of arms, or whatever that is for a college. Is that a coat of arms? I guess I don't know. Got some more pen action over here. Very nice. Got some nerve building thing down here with Masato. I remember Masato wasn't in this book a lot. Which, I mean, kind of weird, but kind of expected, I guess. I think Masato was actually supposed to be she is one of the main characters, but Hideaki Anno said that the main story was supposed to just be Masato and Shinji initially. Looks like this is something called Radio Ava, which is still that, more modern, kind of just everyday clothing that the characters would have, just using them to market stuff, I guess. The official Ray slipper, it looks like. It's kind of neat. I just want to acquire the official Shinji clothing line, the official Kaoru sweatshirt. I don't know. What would they even wear in real life? You have the even younger version of the trio. God, I might even show this stuff online. My account's gonna get flagged, isn't it? We'll ignore the top one, but here we got Asuka and Ray trying to sell you some shoes. And we have Asuka over here trying to sell you a bike, it looks like. Don't know if you can quite see that it's black and white, kind of hard to tell, but we got Asuka there, and she's on a little bike. And evidently the Twin Towers in the back, because I think that trying to let us know that she caused 9/11. I don't know. Pretty sure Kermit did that. We have some. Now they're trying to sell you glasses, and now I see that. I forget Mari was weirdly British in the show, or in the films, I mean, because Asuka was German technically, but she'd only speak German the first few episodes she was in back in the 90s, and I feel like maybe they forgot she was German because she never goes back to it. But Mari was weirdly British, and once again, I think it was just clickbait to be oh, we need a cute British accent that'll drive all the I was about to say a term, and then I was I probably can't say that. And then I thought of another term, I probably can't say that. And then I thought of a third term, no kidding. And I was oh my god, I probably can't say that either on here. But it would make her accent would make a certain demographic of people pretty happy. This is from the third film with the black suits, I see. They're all kind of in that weird stasis they get into when they get into the Avas. I'm sure that's not the correct term. Sorry, I haven't seen the show for a long time. So I'm sure someone out there is calling me a wannabe Ava fan because I don't know every exact thing, but, you do you, person. Are they selling swords over here on the left? Yeah, it looks like Evangelion Japanese sword exhibition. You see, they all got swords except for Shinji. I guess he wasn't cool enough. Shinji's always left out, isn't he? Alright, we got a pretty sick picture of Unit 1 with the Lance of Longinus here. A standard kind of picture of the trio. And then up here we have, they all like, or at least Shinji played cello and like that, one little bit in the series. And I feel like they capitalized on the classical music thing. They had Kaoru do piano. Asuka's obviously on violin, the best, and Rei seems like a viola kind of gal, to be honest. But they're just doing their thing. That's pretty cool. I don't know why Mari's on flute, and I don't know why that fits into a quintet, but I guess I just had to find an instrument for her. I played violin for, I don't know, like a decade. I was even on scholarship for violin, but that did not end well for me, but that's a different story for another time. This page is also not for human eyes. I'm gonna skip that. Cool Japan fusion with tradition. Yeah, some modern Japanese anime with probably Mount Fuji in the back. Some pagodas. It looks like right there. Looks like this is for a tourist organization. That's kind of neat. And then you have once again all the characters in some traditional garb over here. Oh yeah, more public advertising. It's really big when the government starts taking your characters and taking your IP for community benefit. It's like they're advertising speed trains over here that they actually painted like Eva Unit 1 here. I would be 100% down to ride in the Eva Unit 1 speed train, provided, of course, I got on an actual Eva flight with like the Eva, or the Angel speed train going the opposite direction. That'd be kind of interesting. Also, I noticed that whenever they have any kind of, I think they're dressed in like that same modern hip garb, but whenever they have an angel, it's always that one, the angel number 3, I forget what the actual, was that Sachiel? I just know that Ramio was the diamond one because that's my favorite. I think that's Sachiel. Someone let me know. Oh, maybe this actually has her name. If I can find it. It just says the Haraki sisters. Oh, Kodama, Hikari, and Nozomi. Okay, so it's Hikari Haraki. That's her name then. She's kind of a side character. She's just one of the other kids in the classroom. Alright. Oh yeah. Now that's a speed train I would ride on. Oh yeah. Hopefully the Evangelions protect you as you drive by the city. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's that coffee shop I talked about. Yeah, they all have a little model with them trying to sell their coffee. Got Asuka in her famous yellow dress. Shinji and Kaoru in their usual uniform. Rei in her uniform. Not Mr. Director Akari. Was he just Director Akari? Gendo. Shinji's dad. Masato, obviously. Dr. Akagi was her. And then the Masato's boyfriend, womanizer, secret agent guy. What was his name? Kaji. Kaji in the corner there. Some more coffee. Asuka taking coffee on her way to school. The units 1, 0 and 2, I'm guessing they don't have coffee with them. That's going to be unfortunate for their fight with the angels. But now we got the coffee with them in their actual battle uniforms, their plug suits. And just more coffee. They really went all out on this. I remember even like watching a featurette on one of the DVDs about, yeah, they just really wanted to sell some coffee. Alright, oh yeah, and here's that gas station one, I think. Yeah, they were just used for everything, I think, in Japan during this time. I know this is for the first 3 films in the series. The 4th film came out like 10 years later, and I refused to see it. As a matter of fact, I refused to see it because I just wasn't the biggest fan of these films. I thought they changed the characters too much. Like, for instance, like one of the reasons I liked Asuka so much is because I related to her story so hard. Like how she grew up and how she perceived life, and then they totally changed her, and I really liked how Shinji was depicted in the first, and I really, empathized with Shinji, and I feel like they changed him for the worse. Rei, they changed, and it's kind of okay because I think Rei's kind of neutral in the first, in the original series. It's not, or maybe not that she's neutral, it's maybe that she has these barriers that prevent her from having a personality, and it's very much about her struggle doing so. And in this one, it's like, yeah, we'll just make Rei this really awkward girl. And I don't think that was like the original point of her. I guess I'm, the same guy made both series, so who am I to judge? And I don't know if he, sold out or cashed out or whatever to make the new series, but I just felt like Rei in the original, or in her original idea, should just be like, this person who wants to connect with other people but can't because she's like this, I guess, spoiler alert, this weird clone thing. Alright, here we finally got some Masato pictures, though this one looks like she's snapping her spine in half to turn to wave at us. Thankfully, we do have Pen along with her. Then over here we have like Office Masato, and then Business Lady Masato, with Business Assistant Shinji alongside her. It's pretty cool. Trying to get Rei to sell you a guitar. So I'm just there's more pictures of Asuka and Rei, and then looks like a cell phone advertisement back in the good old days of flip phones. So this would have been probably the 2007 first rebuild film, back when flip phones were still a thing, back when you just get on your jitterbug to talk to your best friend. We have Masato with a nice hamburger here, and Shinji with some fries and a drink. Good for them. I can only imagine how horrific the fast food kids' meal toys would be. This looks like an amusement park over here, Fuji Q. Maybe some, I don't know, Mount Fuji thing. And obviously the letter Q. Oh my god, what? Oh, look at that. They got dogs. Unfortunately, Mari's there, but look at that dog. Look at that dog. Dog City. If you're not being distracted by dogs like I am, you'll notice that they're trying to sell cars too. Kids who cannot drive are trying to sell you a car. I'd buy a car from Pen down here, but probably not from any of the others. I guess I just want to trust it. You got another one of these kind of just happy-go-lucky, like, why is Gendo smiling, and why is Kaji so happy, and oh yeah, they're all advertising shaving cream, like, oh, look at us, look at our shaving cream. Look at us, we're Evangelion pilots. What's this up here? Can't see with the glare. Oh, selling microphones, it looks like. You got Masato's famous picture over here from the first episode. Kind of vamped up, I guess, without the little personal notes she left for Shinji. There you go. If you look at her alcoholism and her crazy problems. Just some headshots and full shots, I guess what you'd call, of the main cast. Looks like they're selling some kind of snack box over here. And then we have more business Masato and business Kaji. You know, they're not getting into any trouble on the clock. I remember I do have like my favorite picture ever is in this book. It's toward the end though, so I'll have to wait a bit. We got some more modern living. Mari with a cat. I guess bowling is a thing in Japan, or at least they're trying to make it a thing in Japan with the Ava kids being pro bowlers. Not to be confused with the Pro Bowl here in America. Oh no, I just ousted myself as an American. They do have 7-Elevens apparently in Japan with their official 7-Eleven merchandise. It's fun. Or what's that say? 7 and I Holdings. Is that what they? Yeah. 7 and I Holdings. Is that what it's called in Japan? You got more Evangelion cars over here. This one's actually like designed to look like Unit 1 though. Then you have, it looks like it's kind of like how they were in their classical music thing. Because Shinji, I just noticed, has a bow right there. Sounds like an electric cello. Obviously, Kaoru's in the keys. Mari's just, singing the lead like a punk. Asuka's probably on guitar instead of violin, and I think Ray's on a bass. That, seems pretty accurate. Maybe a fun little band. I'm down for the electric cello. Some more office wear, but office wear in suggestive poses for all you teenage office workers out there. Then you have Shinji and Kaoru and the guys doing a camping trip. Kind of fun, kind of like that one episode where I know Kensuke went on a camping thing and Shinji had to find him and playing war with their battle toys outside. Nerve found him and whooped Shinji's ass. Some more of the Avas, more of the kids. Like a little fishing trip, it looks like. Like I said, they really use this IP to sell everything in Japan. It's crazy. Some actual posters, it looks like. I think this is probably just a poster advertising, like the amusement parks, but these look more like the actual films, whatnot. And yeah, here's some really big ones. You got this one from the 3.0. Or is it 3.33? God, who knows? Who knows with this series? Then you have another picture on the left here. Some more stills, I guess, some promotional material for the films. Oh, that's a big book. Got some little, I think, it almost looks like greeting cards, but I think it says event art down here of like Asuka being an absolute boss and giving out Valentine's gift. Some weird Christmas party thing. Another Christmas party thing. God, cover that up. Ray shopping. Some firework festival. Oh my god, I'm getting into the rough section. But we do of course want a Kaji body pillow. No one else though. Here's some just regular Ava's doing their thing. Oh yeah, you got Unit 2 over here during the big review on the ships when they just kind of exploded into that cool fight. Looks like we got the prototypes, or maybe that is just Unit 1, but that's during the third impact, the best thing ever. I can't wait for third impact to happen in real life. Some Ava combat action. Pretty neat. Some just more promotional material. It does get a bit repetitive after a while, I've noticed. It just kind of is, There's only so much you can do, and they just keep using the same 5 characters over and over again. Oh my god, no. Stop. Oh, gee, that just gets worse. But I wish they just had more stuff like this, where it's like, oh yeah, if they were like, all friends in real life, they'd be going to like, oh, have Pen and take him on, hi Pen, and take him out to the cafe to get some cool little drinks and snacks and stuff, or I'll go hang out on the beach next to our giant killing machine robots, just cool stuff like that. I think that's always interesting to find that weird, just kind of, for fun art. Like promotional art's always cool, don't get me wrong, but just like the random stuff is the stuff I really go for. Yeah, just some more standard Ava stuff. Got the whole gang. Always these vertical shots of the gang on the roof. I think roofs are just kind of your standard anime hideout. Don't know what's going on over there. Scary. Let's look at the left side. Some of them hanging out, eating some watermelon. Loving life. Some more cool stuff. It looks like they're having a Halloween bash over there, and they're having a little snow time. Snow time in the park. Kaoru being pretty professional over here. I forget, Mario always had that weird, more like military garb earlier in the film that they sometimes used for her. Got Masato, Kaoru. That looks kind of like that would have been second impact. Yeah, when Masato's dad died and she got her memento from him, and where her story began. There's Adam, I guess, pinned to the cross. That was Adam, right? Or, I don't know, there's so much to keep track of in that show. These look to be like stills from the film with Mari falling out of the air. There's some combat stuff. Kaoru about to fight. Some more random stuff. They just had so much promotional stuff in magazines, or they're talking about the little side things here. Talk about them being in pamphlets or brochures or any odd thing like that. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. It seems normal enough. This is still weird, but I'll accept it because there was a swimming episode, or there has been swimming stuff. So that's weird, but kind of okay, because at least it does pertain to the show. This was for like some video game, I think, on your phone. You play as each character, and you have your icons, or your units you would fight with. I mean, you better believe that Evangelion was, pimped out as much as it could be to garner anything it could. Now, if you're a keen-eyed viewer, you'll notice some familiar characters along these little icons. You may be wondering, wait a second, Emprice, were those Godzilla characters I saw? Maybe. Maybe not, who knows? Here's some, I guess, cultural appropriation. I remember this was kind of fun. Because yeah, they're Japanese kids, or technically Mari's, German. Mari's English, Asuka's German, but they're in, Chinese dresses. So what the hell? What the hell, guys? But, oh, here it is. Here it is. Godzilla cross Evangelion. Look at that. Look at that. Look at Godzilla. Look at Eva Unit 1. They're fighting the shit out of each other. You can kind of see it right here, too, in the smaller black and white one. Look at that. Look at those dogs. Godzilla's like the original dog, and they have him here because Hideaki Anno made the Shin Godzilla movie. So he has he has the power to do it. But look at that. Look how sick that looks. Look at Godzilla. And you're just yucking it up, loving life. Oh my god. Godzilla and Evangelion combined. Could you imagine if they had a crossover event or a movie where they fought each other? That'd be so sick. Oh my god. Like, just wow. Just wow. I want to get that, framed, posterized, tattooed on my body, just everything. All this Godzilla stuff. Look, he's even fighting with little toys. Hideaki Anno himself. The little maniac. I saw some interview once where he's like, Hideaki Anno, you're a pretty cool guy and everyone likes you. And what's it like, being so successful and happy and whatnot? And he just kind of looks at the interviewer and he's like, if I was happy, do you really think I'd be making Evangelion? And they just look at him like, well, what do you mean? It's such a cool show. And he just kind of looks at them like, oh God. Like, are you serious? Obviously missed the point. Here's a lot of the angels in little baby cartoon forms. My boy Ramiel. Oh, no, that was cool. That was a cool one. I forget the name. I forget a lot of these names. More Sachiel, I believe it was. It always just appears constantly. And at this point, I remember you get into a lot of like the weird, just cartoony. I mean, it's all cartoony, but just kind of goofy stuff like game stuff, or little pixelated versions of them. Kind of weird. Get into like, I don't know, looks like almost decals of like stuff you'd find in like an auto shop or something. Kind of neat. Some Asukas and Reis that don't really look like Asuka and Rei, but I guess someone thought if you had them in their matching suits that people wouldn't be fooled. Someone down in the basement below wants us to know that they were indeed fooled, I guess. But here we have the final piece of art, just a poster for the 4th film, which I will once again state that I never saw, because I stand against it and I don't want to see how they ended it, because the ending of the show is very important to me and I like it a lot, and I don't want it ruined by whatever the movies might be. God, it looks like there we go, the sleeve kind of got all nuts, but now we have Shinji and Karu on the opposite side. So if we had the whole thing laid out, it looked kind of like this. That's pretty good. But yeah, that's our Evangelion Art Book. Kind of a short video, kind of a simple video, kind of an irritating video now that some guy just is blasting whatever down in the basement below. There's like a parking garage, whatever. But this is our life, so it's gonna be okay. We have Evangelion after all. But yeah, this has been me, Price, and I've been showing you that while I may not be able to read currently, I can indeed look at pictures. And I have a few more other picture books, not picture books, but like coffee table books like this that we can go through sometime. Depends on what you folks want to see, if you even want to see anything. As always, I am M. Price, and I can indeed read, though I did not prove it tonight. Regardless, as you know, and as you will always know, Dog City never sleeps. I hope that you may sleep now.